that had a ton of attention at Gen Con, at Adepticon was Halo, the board game. I want to highlight that, the board game.
Safe.
Because it certainly was not, in my opinion, a classic tabletop war miniatures game. If you want to compare it to anything, I would say Kill Team. It's a very... Brandon, did you get a chance to play this at all?
I saw it on a table. I saw the people, and I overheard a little bit of the rules. I really like a nice crunchy rule set that I can stick my teeth into. That's kind of what drew me away from Legion.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was more streamlined and more easy, and I like to really put the screws to my opponents that don't read the full rulebook. I'm a real, I'm actually kind of player. But
wow.
I saw some of the streamlinedness and the more like a board game-ness of this game, and I was like, cool, you have a niche. There's a player that's going to love you. I'm not that player.
Yeah.
And I moved on.
Well, the map is I think it's 2x2 map, so it's a small map, which caught me off guard. It's a grid map, so it's all squares across the whole board. But what I think I didn't like about it, I want to like it. I so badly want to like it because I grew up Halo. I love Halo unconditionally. And I so badly wanted this to just blow me away. And the map is just too small for what you can do. And, how it works is it's a victory point game. And how you acquire victory points is when you defeat your opponents. So your opponent's character will respawn after you kill them, like in Halo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, you lose a character and he's gone the rest of the game. He just respawns. But in the trial game that I played with my buddy, the problem is that the positioning that I had, there was a energy sword on the map. So in one move, because I rolled, when you start a round, you'll roll 2 dice, and those are basically 2 perks you get for that round. And the round is when both players have moved all of their game pieces. And so with mine, I got an extra movement. And on my roll, I was able to, with my one Marine, pick up the energy sword, get to the square that my opponent was in, which then meant I was immediately in melee range, so I could attack that turn.
So your buddy
was energy sword.
Your buddy was hating you.
I mean, he was just decimated.
Let me ask you a question: are you able to bend the model and teabag them when you kill them?
Well, we asked about that. We asked about that. It doesn't bend. It does not.
Well, then never mind. Game over. Not my game.
It's
Sorry,
missing a key component of Halo.
If you can't push a button and have an 8-year-old go, take that, I don't really want anything to do with it.
But then the other part was I had a sniper and he was on a building, and where they were having him respawn, my sniper could hit him immediately as soon as he respawned. So now, granted, we were playing 2v2, so we weren't playing a full game. They had a very, it's like you and Heat. It was a very dumbed down starter. Yeah. So it was
it sounds a little bit like a get good situation too. That you were spawn camping your best friend on a game that
actually get good.
Be better,
Yeah,
don't die.
You should spawn not in the open when a sniper's got.
And your buddy was still your buddy when you left, right? Okay, so that's a good buddy.
But
that is a failure of the team teaching games, because that's rough. It's rough for you. It's rough for the person you're playing with. You've got one shot to have someone leave your game with a good feeling.
Well, my buddy did leave and pre-order it, so he did enjoy.
After getting totally rocked like that, wow.
Yeah.
Well, your buddy does play Legion, so
yeah. Well, that's what I guess he's like. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I think. The intent is they're going to build it out further. The biggest criticism I had for walking away, we all know I love deluxeification. There's no hiding that fact. But the initial game is going to come with a paper board.
Yeah.
Like one of those
I see
fold
that.
up.
I see that at Gamma.
And I was just like, this is literal. And I told the guy, I said, as somebody who deluxeifies games, I was like, this actually encourages me not to buy your game. I was like, why are you not doing a double-sided neoprene mat? It's not like your game board it's not like it's even this big. It's a small board. There's no reason you can't have a cardboard map or a neoprene map, and it's literally a paper map.
I can't say you can spend that money for that much for an IP and then have that kind of display or setup.
Such a
Like, I can't-
crappy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought the same thing when I walked through at Gamma. They had a big booth and they were showing it, and I felt the same way. I looked at it and I was just like, yeah, it's maybe if someone comes in and asks for it, maybe.
So
But I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
So the only thing, I'm not like, you guys are definitely not wrong, but there's not really a miniatures game that I could take on a train with me and then have a little
Oh,
fold-out table
Maybe.
and play, because then I'd be toting terrain with me or toting,
Yeah.
and
But
or
I thought
like,
that's part of the when you get into wargaming, you want like
This game
the
has terrain, though.
experience.
Terrain is critical in this game.
Yeah, because you got to be able to shoot.
You've got to, yeah.
none
you've
of the
got-
terrain comes in the starter box. It's only
Yes,
one
no, it
little
comes with
paper.
cardboard train.
Okay. I'm just trying to justify why someone would make that decision.
Well,
and I
let me
don't-
give you an example. Like, so Bloodstone, which was my game of the week like a month ago, it has some of the best components I've ever seen in a board game. And their maps were all silk. Actually, Shay and I did that video, but the maps were all silk. So, like, they felt amazing. The color printing was amazing on them. So even if you wanted it to fit easily into a box, like something like Bloodstone did, put it on a silk map at least, because it's like, at least then that looked really nice.
Did they mention what the price point was of their?
For the all-in to get,
Well, no, I know you. You know what the price
no.
point of just the base box
yeah, I
is?
think the base
Bottom line
box,
guy.
base box, I think is like 60, 65.
Yeah, so you can't.
And
do
then
silk
the
with
bigger
65.
box with the elites, when you get everything, is like 150.
So if you go from paper to neoprene, you're taking your $65 box. You're going to like 70 or 80 maybe.
But the thing is on
wait,
their site, you can buy Deluxified tokens. They're making acrylic tokens. So my point is they're selling upgrades to the game.
Why would they not sell a mat upgrade?
Why would you not sell a mata upgrade? That doesn't even make
Well, that's probably something they plan on doing. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe. I don't. Yeah, it seems a little weird, but
yeah.
we'll see.
So like I said, I wanted to love it, and I walked away just kind of feeling
That catch me outside. in the year.
Yeah.
So what about the next part of Adepticon, which is the retailers and all the sellers?
Yeah, I
and
was
all
going to
the-
ask about that.
Yeah, Brandon, like what really caught your eye?
I'm a painter at heart, so I really liked. We'll get to it in a minute, but Monument Hobbies has got my heart. I think they sell the best paints. The pigment per volume is just insane. I wouldn't like they're not the easiest beginner paints to use, but as a painter and someone who's used a lot of different paints, I think that they're amazing. I've spent too much money there, but there's a great booth. The who sells the AK? The your guys,
Adam,
AK
Atomic.
yeah, the AK paint line. They make a great clear coat. They make a great gloss coat.
I like their brushes are probably the best on the market for AK.
AKs, I would agree that their synthetics are probably the best brushes. They're better than even Monument's, in my opinion. Better Monument synthetics, but I still think Monument has better Sable brushes. We can get into an argument about why
Yeah, you
Sable
would win
versus
because you
synthetic,
paint way more than I do.
but
And I have a brush that's gonna be both of those, but okay,
a what brush?
a paintbrush, yeah.
Yeah, so the Sable or synthetic are both paintbrushes. It's just the material that you.
No,
make
I was saying
the
that there's a company that was there that was better than those.
Then AK Interactive.
Okay.
Artist Opus, yeah.
artists. Yeah, but I don't have the $1,000
Oh,
to get a brush
wow.
that is made out of a horse that was massaged every day for its life.
But those
Yeah.
oils from the happy hormones that were released from that massage,
Yeah, it
make a
makes-
hell of a brush.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
And not only did it
Yeah.
massage the brush,
I mean,
now
that's
your
the
brush
hardest of it, though.
massages your paints,
yes,
which then
that is
massages
true.
onto your minis. And then your Space Marines turn into Happy Marines.
They do. So I could pay $1,000 for a brush that makes my paintbrush, my Space Marine, my $150 Space Marine look like it was painted by a toddler because I don't have the skill to deal with a $1,000 brush. It's like giving a 12-year-old a Lamborghini and saying, "Go."
Yeah. Well, guess who got a Lamborghini?
Yeah,
boys?
yeah.
You
Yes, I-
bought an Opus brush?
Baby, let's go.
You bought one of those
Metal to
brushes?
metal. All gas, no brakes.
You bought one of those brushes?
Oh, I brought a
What?
whole set.
What paint are you using?
No doubt.
I've got a lot of Citadel.
Oh my god.
you're you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You
I've got a
Citadel?
van of
That's
battery
worse than
acid.
what
Do you
I
want to
own.
stick your?
Nah.
Reaper
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, Reaper's 100 times better than Citadel.
And I've got Vallejo, and I've got Arm.
Vallejo's good. I'll give you
But
Vallejo.
Vallejo is okay. Vallejo,
I've got Vallejo
Vallejo
airbrush
is
paints.
the Settlers of Catan of board game
Really?
of paints.
I would
They
think
are
they got this new
adequate.
Dungeons and
They are
Dragons.
mid.
Like,
I don't know.
I
It's pretty
really
amazing
Vallejo
paints
came out
with
with this new
Citadel.
Dungeons and Dragons. I thought it was one of the like a line that's like D&D paints or whatever. I thought it was one of the best paints on the market. Just like for what it did, not without going crazy expensive, for like the average painter, not for like
Okay.
you guys who paint every freaking day. But I thought it
I
was
mean,
way
don't look
better
at
than
both
Citadel.
of us. I
Hey, I have painted in every day of the last 1 days. So
that is probably true. Hobby
Well, yeah,
streak of
for
one.
$1,000, you better be. Oh my
it's
god,
not $1,000.
$1,000
He's
for a
embellishing
brush.
massively.
I am probably embellishing, but that
Massively.
a set
How
of
much was it?
probably
We'll get it to you.
120.
When we talk about our hauls.
I mean,
We'll talk about our
okay,
hauls.
yeah, 120 maybe for a set of 5.
Oh, set of 5 brushes? Oh, that's not too bad.
You probably got a 0, 1, 2, 3.
We'll get to it with the hauls.
Okay, it's fine. Sure.
That's not too bad. You were happy thinking it was some massaged.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
Magnus, it is the top line.
Only
of his
Siberian
brushes.
thoroughbreds. They have to be from Siberia
Like,
because
is
it's a little
it
bit
real or-
colder.
no,
Something about the temperature being lower. It really
You're
helps.
full of crap.
The doctor every day goes to the horse. Can you cough for me? Okay, these are ripe.
This is right. Pull the hairs and let's get a brush.
We'll get a brush.
Just know this whole conversation go on TikTok.
Yeah. Some white guy is gonna pay $100 for this brush. Cough for me, horse.
I'll take two.
I'll take 2. Yeah.
So, what else got you excited?
Oh, did you see the custom dice manufacturer?
Mm.
You can buy.
I don't remember seeing that one.
So they had. I didn't buy them. They're very expensive, but they have dice made from reclaimed ammunition from the Ukraine war.
What?
Yeah, you could buy a set of polyhedrals that were melted down metal that were used from expended ammunition from the war in
So,
Ukraine.
like, if the die has some red speckles in it,
I mean, usually when you melt that stuff down, it doesn't.
I'm sure that all goes
Yeah.
away.
does it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. Let's say
I don't
definitely
know.
some.
Melted down. That's. I don't know if I would. I don't feel comfortable rolling
No,
those.
because they're shot at somebody,
But it probably missed.
right?
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Ignorance is bliss.
Here, let's make some dice out of it.
Another D20. I don't like that at all. That doesn't feel right.
You know what you do with that mark off? Well, you make some
Physically
dice.
or mentally.
Let's
It doesn't
profit.
feel right.
Let's profit.
It's gonna come in again. Did you know that Tony Hawk made a skateboard that he used his actual blood to use for the paint? Do you know that?
I
Exactly. That's what I'm hearing. Why would you ever
I don't know about that. That's yeah. I'm not down with that. That's weird.
That's
Yeah.
weird. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm out again.
okay.
I mean, it would be different if it was like from like World War II or World War One.
yeah,
Like
we've had some time.
yeah,
you know?
we've had some time to get over it.
people
Like
are
this is
gone.
what we
Like,
shut
got
up the
real
business
people.
with, and I'd be like, yeah, roll those.
But
yeah,
comedy is just tragedy plus time. Eventually, these will be the funniest dice in the world.
I don't know though. Like
Eventually.
I don't know. If it's like
Ask me in 20 years.
if it's like freedom fighters or something, maybe I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't-
Hey, how do we know whose bullets these are? How do we know they're not Russian
actually, it's
bullets?
not. He just went out back was like,
Yeah.
trust me, they're from Ukraine.
Yeah, totally
Yeah,
Ukraine.
yeah,
They did
Ukraine.
Yellow and blue.
They're not red,
So,
white, and blue, but they're
definitely not American bullets.
Not
Let's
American
see, Remington.
Well,
Totally not American.
totally not American.
So I didn't buy them.
But you wanted to.
He wanted to.
Yeah,
if he
I
had
wasn't
the
gonna
money.
spend $700 or $800 on a set of polyhedrals. Yeah, they were expensive.
$700 for murder
For
dice?
7 or
hey, I bet those things always crit, if you know what I'm saying. No.
That's a lot of blood
Like,
money for some murder dice.
$700-800, it better come with a certificate saying exactly who he shot and how we're using that.
You imagine rolling those and be like, oh, I got an 8. I hate.
Dimitri.
Oh my gosh, you guys are
Oh,
horrible.
poor cow for him. Wow.
That is bad.
You're an awful human being.
for looking and sharing a story. Oh my goodness!
At the freaking show floor.
See it? You know why? Because I wasn't looking for blood dice.
Well, then you weren't looking at the right spot.
They had other stuff
This
too.
isn't the other side
That
of
was
the hall.
Adepticon, the back hall.
This is the part where it's like adults only. There's like the beaded curtain
Yeah.
hanging down. And I was like, I'm not going in the beaded curtain.
I didn't see that area.
Because you know what's behind the beaded curtains.
Death
and the,
dice.
And the carpeted walls. It's the death dice.
the death dice. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Some other things, Adepticon.
Behind the beaded curtains?
Not behind the beaded curtains. But just funny anecdotal stuff for
Yeah.
Adepticon. I did work a booth. I worked the DGS booth for a while, and Adepticon did come around and give out slips for people that were working to get some money off food. It was a $15 token.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
then to
That
get
was nice of them.
yeah, it was nice, except food is like $20 minimum. so
$15. Come up with the other $5.
so
buddy.
yeah, so instead of like going and getting Taco Bell, yeah, it's like you could
It's a half a fry. You got to pay for the other half of the fry.
you can go to Taco Bell or Wendy's or order in and like spend less than $15, or you could eat in and spend 20 and here's 15 back, which is okay.
Still
It's-
come out ahead.
yeah, I guess. But it's a little. We thought it was funny.
That was a great story.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What other like vendor, not food?
Vendor related stuff.
That's true.
Um,
I mean, it's-
I don't.
I go there to eat.
anything else that you were excited about?
Not really. I knew the couple companies I wanted to go, which we'll get into in the hall, and then
Well, I
about
think
it.
the ones that kind
Are
of
there
caught
like
my
any board gaming vendors there or anything
Yeah,
like
Chip-
that? Like,
Chip Theory Games, who
okay.
Chip Theory, we'll be talking soon.
Hey.
For the channel. Chip Theory was there. The company that does Snap Ships was there as well, which I actually did end up getting for my son. And it's like Legos meets X-Wing.
Oh, that's kind of
So
So you can build it and battle it?
yeah.
That's
So
cool.
basically, you get a box of Legos, you build them up, and they have set of play cards. Because Snap Shifts have been around for a long time. It's just this company bought them and put a little chintzy game to it. But it moves a lot like X-Wing. And so for my son who loves Legos, it was like, oh, this is a home run.
That's cool.
But other than that, Chip Theory, them, Nexus, the big board game battler where you have like guys in this dungeon and move them around. It's on Kickstarter right now. They're gonna be doing a new one. It's got like 8.7 on BGG.
Were Flying Frog Games there? Flying Frog, they do the Brimstone.
I didn't see them.
They're usually at Adepticon, the Flying Frog guys. I really like those Flying Frog Productions or whatever they are.
I didn't see.
Is Brimstone a historical game? Because they're in a whole different hotel.
It was a Shadows over Brimstone, I think is the name of it, or they have like tons of them, and a lot of the guys that like Adepticon like the miniatures also buy like set after set after. Like I have guys that come in here with cases of stuff from that like game.
Yeah.
It's like a dungeon crawly type of game. Was there a lot of dungeon crawly type of? No, not really.
Not at all.
Seems like that'd be very popular there.
Necromolds was there.
Oh wow. Okay.
They were there, and every time I see them at all these conventions, they just say, "Send me my freaking Kickstarter from 3 years ago."
You still haven't got Necromodes
Still
Kickstarter?
haven't. No, I helped you sell yours, but I still haven't got mine.
Kickstarters.
But hey, I'll have more for you to sell. But so the big ones that stood out to me, Artis Opus, beautiful paintbrushes.
Yeah.
They are made specifically for miniature painting. Very, very high end massaged horses from Serbia.
Is that real? You guys just keep saying
They're
that.
very high end brush. They're the Cadillacs of brushes. I would not buy a Magnus Opus brush for myself because even at the level that I paint at, I feel like I will ruin that brush because I
You're
will
a
be
damn
too
good painter.
I'm a decently good painter. I am a commission painter. I'm a competition level painter. I know a lot of people
We
say
won
that.
awards for
Yes, I've won awards for some of my painting, and I think I would ruin the brush before I got the money's worth out of
wow.
using it.
Some of us are more talented than others with our
I
hands.
know.
So
Obviously, we don't have to make that argument. We'll let you decide.
Yeah, right. That should be a great one. Why don't you both paint that something and bring it in?
But
would-
the thing that stood out to me with Artis Opus too was their display cases. If you get a chance to see those, they're made of like birch wood. They have LED lights in front of them. It's a clear front, clear shelves. Like, nothing I'll ever get myself. But if you are into showcasing some of your or displaying some of your paints, painted miniatures. I mean, their display cases.
Is it for like retail displays or?
Could be.
Oh,
It's predominantly for home, but
oh, okay.
gorgeous displays. So really was impressed with their booth. One I'm going to try to get on our channel is called Table War Games. They made the play mats.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance. They do a lot with the autistic community. They actually have a foundation for autism. Had a wonderful conversation with the owner of the company about their foundation. No lawyers are involved. Everything goes directly into the community where they're at in Hawaii. And so we're gonna potentially have them on to talk about
That's cool.
what they're doing with that, as that is something that's important to my family. Atomic Games, a lot of paint materials with Atomic that were there.
Yeah,
Big
they
booth.
work with Cromlech a lot.
Yeah, I got a the thing. This is probably we'll get to the hall
They do a
stuff.
lot of CCG, TCG stuff too, doesn't Atomic Games? No.
No, not
think
this
it's two
company. I
different
think
types
this is a
of-
different company.
Okay.
But the thing I walked away the most excited about was the battery-powered air compressor.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the No Name brand there, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Turbo Dork. I freaking loved Turbo Dork paints. They have some of the absolutely most.
Him to see how realistic. Like you tell me, and then I look over at him to see how
They have
How
his
far
face-
back my eyes
No,
roll
no, no.
my head.
How,
But the thing
how
is,
he
is, like,
reacts
Turbo-
to what
me,
you
Turbo,
say.
To me, Turbo Dork is the kind of paint that's like a specialty paint. Like you're trying to do
Yes.
something fun and unique. You pull these paints out. Like they are dessert. They're not the main course that you're going to do the core painting with.
They make some very, very. If I wanted to go to Turbo Dork, it would be for very, very vibrant colors that I would not get anywhere else.
Right.
They are.
It's a
like
niche product.
Yeah, if I wanted paints that shined under black light, or if I wanted
wow,
paints that
okay.
like,
Speckle. Like,
yeah, had a
sparkle.
yeah,
Gotcha.
some opalescent
okay.
craziness.
And I
I'd
have
go
a
to Turbo
video,
Dork.
so we'll try to. Put
I
the video on there.
100% know why he went and spent his paycheck over there at Turbo
No.
Dork.
I dropped $40 and I got like 6 paints.
Oh, it's 2 hours in California right now, $40.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fast food.
McDonald's,
Yeah. Working
yeah.
at McDonald's 2 hours. You get your paints.
Fair.
What's your paints?
The other one that really caught my eye that I did not get was Dwarven Forge terrains.
Oh, really?
They're on Kickstarter right now. I will not buy their product because it is obscenely expensive, but they had some of the most beautiful terrain. They just released a new line on Kickstarter for terrain that will go with Warhammer. They had the Leviathan set painted, so they have like Warhammer themed stuff. Historically, they've done more medieval type of terrains, but their stuff is pure resin print. What's cool is it's effectively two-sided because they want to have it be as modular as possible to create as many different boards as possible. But I'll be frank with you, for a full Warhammer table, you're looking at close to $2,000.
Yeah, I'm good.
And it's like, if you're a heavy play store, like I could see that being cool to have for your community to play at a fun table. But like, I feel like even if I had the money to drop that much on that much stuff that's just going to sit around, how many times can you play the same map?
Yeah, that's the big problem with terrain.
You know, it's gotta change. I don't play the same Call of Duty map every time because it's boring. Like you want something different. And I feel like at some point it can become too predictable of how the game's gonna.